What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Giganato Gaming here, and welcome back to another episode of Jurassic World Evolution 3. We are here, back in the park once more. And last we left off, we made this aviary here. I've done some expansions to the aviary because there were just no places to put the nests. Absolutely no places. Yeah, we managed to get that done, I guess. I don't think I have any room for amenities. I could try small amenities, but whatever. But yeah, anyway, today what we're going to do is we're going to expand a bit more. We're going to add a big carnivore and maybe our first lagoon creature today. We got movement in the nest. We got some more listros. Awesome. Shall we? Is it getting a little too crowded in here, or let me just take a look. That's not too bad.
Lystrosaurus to the park.
You know what? I'll keep the nests a little bit longer. I was thinking about taking the nests out of some of the enclosures to, like, save room or whatever, because eventually creatures are going to run out of room. How are the Dilophosaurs doing? Oh, they're perfectly fine. They're perfectly fine where they are. But yeah, anyway, today we're going to release our next carnivore. Ooh, we got Utyrannus. Awesome. Look at this. Alright. So yeah, the Utyrannuses are pretty happy here, so that's awesome. Do we have 2 nests or 1? We got 2 nests. Okay, cool. I think we got a bunch of juveniles. Let's go. Some Psittacosaurs have matured. The Dreadnoughtus, they won't be ready for another 3.5 minutes. But yeah, we're going to expand the park in today's episode, and if you find yourself enjoying this video and want more content like this, make sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe for more. It would really help out a ton. Let's see if we can get this channel to 2,000 subscribers. That would be super amazing. But with that, let's begin the video. So, first we're going to start off with some carnivores. I'd like to get that going, so then we can get another variety of carnivores. So, we only have... So far for carnivores, we only have the Dilophosaurs and the Utyrannus. We're going to need like a wider variety of carnivores. So I'm thinking about adding a much bigger carnivore, maybe T-Rex. But first things first, let's go ahead and get maybe a hyper station, a hyperloop station, I think it's called. It's under guests, right? There we go. All right, cool. We got the hyper station. I need to connect the first one to a path. There we go. And then we need to build a little bit. So first things first. Let's go ahead. Alright, nobody's claimed that nest. Thanatos Draken want to be away from guests. Where are they anyway? Alright, everything's fine with them. They can't breed. Probably because their nests aren't. But the problem is, I tried putting nests, it would keep saying, oh, terrain constraints, or can't flatten, or whatever.
We are pleased to welcome a Utyrannus to the park.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know, it's absolute crap. I don't think anyone's gonna use this, so I might as well just get rid of it. Maybe I could put the Thanatos Draken in a different enclosure. Yeah, maybe I could do that. This way here, we have plenty of room for amenities and whatever. Oh, look at that. We got 2 Dreadnoughtuses. Awesome. That's awesome. Alright, let's get the amenities going in the meantime. Amenities. First things first. No, wait, I'll do that off camera. Because some of you did get annoyed that I do that on camera, so I'm not going to do that. Alright. Let's set something up over here. Let's maybe get this going. Make sure to get a path. And then we need some amenities for over here anyway. Maybe a hotel for, like, over here. This will be, like, a big area. And again, I know I keep bringing this up, but drinks and food should be together. They should be 1 amenity, not 2. I hope Frontier listens to me. Can we not with the building constraints? And a bathroom. Let's get a Jurassic Park themed bathroom. There we go. That's operations built. Alright, so for the T-Rex, or even a... we'll just put T-Rex in, because why not? Maybe we'll put T-Rex in here. Let's clean up the vegetation over here. We could expand over here if we wanted to. We got some movement. We got some Dimorphodons. Look at that. Awesome. And I want to get the pterosaurs going as well. Let's go ahead and maybe get the terrain going. We could have Tyrannosaurus Rex Kingdom. I want to make sure the T-Rexes have enough room. Let's lower the terrain over here. Hopefully that'll be too steep for them to climb up. Hopefully. Now let's raise the terrain a little more. There we go. And then raise the terrain up here. I think this whole area will be the T-Rex enclosure. That's what I'm thinking. They'll have this massive space. We could have an amphitheater if we wanted to. You know what? Let's have an amphitheater. Let's see about the amphitheater. That'd be under attractions, I think. Kind of like in Jurassic Park San Diego. We've got the amphitheater. I forgot how big these were. I know that doesn't really look even, but it's fine. It's fine. This will be T-Rex Kingdom. Maybe we could put a few statues up here or something. Decorate it up a bit. Yeah, why not? Have an amphitheater. Jurassic Park San Diego. Why the hell not? We're gonna have to smoothen this a bit more. Yeah, because we want all of this to be the T-Rex enclosure. That's kind of what we want. Alright. And then we could have like a little just a little body of water if we can. That could be good if the T-Rexes decide they want to come over here. And they got all this space over here. Yeah, I don't think they'll go down here. I don't think they will. But you know what? Just in case, we'll fence this off. Alright, I think that's good. I don't think they'll be going over here. They've got water here. And we'll get a viewing log over here. We'll get a viewing log. There we go. That should be good. We'll get a regular carnivore feeder and another goat feeder over here. And maybe another one over here. Yeah, that'll be good. And then we could get some forest maybe over here. That way there they'll have enough space. And they'll be able to have privacy when they eventually do breed up. There we go. That should be good. Alright, we should make the T-Rexes right about now. And see what goes on here. So this is the T-Rex enclosure. Looking pretty good. That should be too steep for them to get out from there. That should be too steep for them to get out here. I'll make it a little steeper just in case. Because you never know. Because I've had creatures get out for no reason. Just because they found a spot where they can get out of. Yeah, we don't want that. Alright, what do we have over here? Dimorphodon. Okay, cool. Alright. Let's create the two T-Rexes. I figured T-Rex because why the hell not? I mean, we could go for Acro, but you know what? No, T-Rex. We'll add in another big carnivore at some point. I want to get T-Rex for right now because T-Rex is such an iconic dinosaur. There we go. We'll have two T-Rexes over here. And then we could start working on the aquatic section. How much of the park have we covered? We've still got a decent amount of room. We could work on an aquatic enclosure. Let's work on the river cruise after this. We'll get the T-Rexes done, and then we'll work on the river cruise. That's what we'll do. Select all. Alright. Okay. I kind of like this one for the female. And what do we got for the male? Ooh, I like that. I like that for the male. You are aggressive, but we shouldn't have breakouts. Should be fine. Alright, the T-Rexes will be ready in about 40 minutes. In the meantime, we could work on the river cruise. Now, I have no idea how the river cruise works. So this is gonna be a learning experience for me, basically. That'll be good. They can't get out. So we'll have Baryonyx and Suchomimus in here. So they should... The patch should have fixed it so they no longer require whatever. We'll get the T-Rexes out in a minute. Let's remove everything for now. Alright, now I know we need water to do this. Alright, let's see how this works first. How does the river cruise work? Requires water. Okay, there's that not allowed crap again. Alright, requires water. Okay, let's get some water, with just filled with water, so the Baryonyx and the Suchomimus can eat and do whatever they want. We'll have a patch of shallow water, so they can have their food. Oh, no, wrong one. This one, there we go. What do we got here? More Dimorphodons. Awesome. Alright. Got the river cruise coming along. Alright, so how does this work? What is with this not allowed crap? What is with that? Alright, I may have to remove the fence. I may have to. Where did this not allowed crap come from? There we go. Alright. We're getting our very own river cruise. Let me wall this off. There we go. They shouldn't be getting out through here. We got Baryonyx and Suchomimus living in here. Alright. River cruise. Edit tour ride. It's just gonna go all around here. I have an idea. Let's go ahead and bring this over here. We could have Dimetrodon in here, but I don't know how they'd get on. That's the problem. Let's have this go over here into the deep. Go all the way around. And then we'll end it right over here. It took them 3 games to have this.
Grab your paddles and enjoy a river trip through time on the Cretaceous cruise.
We got a Cretaceous cruise. Let's go. Alright, this is how we're going to have this. This is pretty cool, actually. And then we can give them some forest to try and give them some privacy. Now, that's ground leaf. Let's get some forest going. Whoa, that's not good. We need to fence that off, too. Let's go ahead and get a fence maybe all the way over here. Terrain too steep, of course. Alright, can we not with this too steep terrain? I'm trying to fence this off. I'm not giving them all that space. Just enough space where the guests don't have to worry about them breaking out. You know, I'll just have this. There we go. That'll be good. That mountain should block everything off. Alright, that should be enough. That should be good enough for them. Maybe have like a bit of forest maybe over here. Cover that, maybe. There we go. Alright, that's good. That's good. The river cruise is complete. Now, let's release the T-Rexes. Alright, let's get the T-Rexes out. It's going to release one at a time. Okay, cool. In the meantime, let's get the river cruise ready. I want to get Baryonyx and Suchomimus. Let's get some Piscivores going. Baryonyx. And then we'll finish off the episode by getting a lagoon ready. Baryonyx and Suchomimus, because they will get on with each other. Spinosaurus won't get on with any of them, but Baryonyx and Suchomimus can get on with each other. We'll get 4 of them and 3 Baryonyxes. Okay, fair enough. Alright, what else should we have here? Maybe some viewing galleries or viewing domes? Yeah, we could have some viewing domes. Yeah, that could work. That's as far as that'll go, and that's just gonna say not allowed. Oh, no, there we go. Never mind. There we go. We got that. Maybe we should get one for the other side as well. Alright, the T-Rexes are ready to go. We got one T-Rex anyway. Alright. We'll look at their comfort in a minute. Oh, they must be too big for a crate, because they're just carrying them like that. They're definitely too big for a crate. Alright, we got the T-Rexes. We'll have to see if they ever use the amphitheater. If not, they have all this space. One of them went into the, into here. Alright, let's release the Baryonyxes first. We only have 3 of them. And then we'll end the episode off by getting our first marine creature. Like, fully aquatic creature. Now let's get a nest going. Now, they do prefer their nests away from guests. I do know that, so that's good. That's good. What do we have here? Ooh, some more Maiasaura. Okay, not surprising. We're getting the Baryonyxes in. Oh, they're completely fine. They're completely fine now. We got movement in the nest. What do we got? More Maiasaura. Let's see if we can flatten the terrain a bit. Maybe smoothen it out. No, smooth the terrain. Smoothen that out. So we can have other creatures. Alright. Let's release the Baryonyxes. Our semi-aquatic tour.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome a Baryonyx to the park.
Alright, that's Baryonyx taken care of. We'll look at them in a minute. Let's see what we've got for the Suchomimuses. Let's release the Suchomimuses. Alright, we're just in time to open up the Suchomimuses. Let's go. Let's bring them out. Oh, I think they split them into 2 crates, it looks like.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Alright, that's the first one. The second one's coming in. And let's release the other 2 Suchomimuses.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome a Suchomimus.
Alright, we've got the Suchomimuses, we've got the berries. What are these guys need a bit more fish. They have fish in their area. Oh, there we go. Alright, they're good. They're good. Alright, they just need some cover, and they've got plenty of deep water to swim around. I can't believe it took them 3 games to be able to do this. Alright, let's get rid of this. Alright, what a... Missing cover. Alright, let's give them some more cover. You know, let's give it a swampy area, and they need some arid as well. It's all about balancing it out. There we go. You know what? That looks very swampy. Cohabitation issue? Oh, you're just aggressive. Are you aggressive? Yep, you're aggressive. Can't have that. You know, to make it more convenient, let's have a capture team right here. Oh, you're aggressive too, aren't you? Yep. Due to aggressive trait. Alright, we have another one that's aggressive. Add task. We have a Suchomimus. I think it's this one. Yeah, it is this one. We gotta get rid of him. He's aggressive. Any more aggressive? We got 2 aggressive berries. Alright, we got T-Rexes claiming the nest. Alright. You have an aggressive trait, so add task. Get rid of you. Alright, you're perfectly fine. Alright, what kind of nests do you guys require? Large. Okay, you require large, and what about the berries? What do they require? Large. Okay, so both of them require large nests. Alright, Baryonyxes are not fussy at all, whereas Suchomimuses do want some privacy. Maybe we'll get 1 more berry and 2 more Suchos. That's what we'll get. Alright, we lost both male Suchomimuses, and we lost a female berry, so let's get 2 male Suchomimuses and 1 female berry. There we go. We got the new berry and the 2 new Suchomimuses being delivered. Alright, so let's see if we can finally... Where... Alright, we got some juvenile Thanatos Drakens. I wonder where they are. Where are the Thanatos Drakens? There's one. How many do they have? They've got 2, alright. Oh, yeah. Alright, that's cool. The pterosaurs are thriving in their aviary enclosure, which is awesome. Alright. For the final thing of the day, let's get the lagoon going. Alright, so let's demolish all the forest. We should get 2 aquatics. We'll get a Mosasaurus and maybe a Dunkleosteus. You know what? I might leave it up to you guys for like next episode. We'll get a Dunkleosteus for now, and then for the large aquatic, I'll leave it up to you guys whether you want a Mosasaurus or a Megalodon. Yeah, that could work. All right, let's release the other berry. I want to make sure we have plentiful creatures in here. Let's get the Dunkleosteuses for now. We also want to have enough space for the Mosas. That should be good. I think the bigger aquatic will go in here, maybe. Got movement in the nest. What do we got? The T-Rexes. Let's go. I think we just got the 1. That's awesome. We have a T-Rex in here. And now let's get the other 2 Suchomimuses in here.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome our Tyrannosaurus Rex to the park.
Alright. So yeah, for the Baryon... So for the Mosasaurus and the Megalodon, I'm going to leave that up to you guys on what you want to see. We're going to put Dunkleosteus in here for now. Because I do like me a good Dunkleosteus. Don't know how much space they're going to require, but it's whatever, you know? Alright, let's get a lagoon hatchery going. There we go. We'll get a hyper station, and of course we'll get amenities and shelters and whatever else. I think this is the most creative I've ever had a park. Alright, let's get the Hyperloop station going. You know, these Hyperloop stations are a godsend. You know, you save room on paths, and it's pretty easy, actually. Alright. Let's go ahead and get a path for over here. Alright, we'll get Dunkleosteus for over here. What do we got? Suchomimus. They're already claiming nests. Suchomimuses have lifelong partners. Awesome. Awesome. Alright. Well, I'll worry about the amenities off camera. We'll go into additional bays, accelerated growth. I've never really played around with the aquatics, so this should be interesting. Yeah, we only have 7. Let's get Dunkleosteus going. Baryonyx. Cool, cool. The first generation, or the second generation even. Alright, we got 3 Dunkleosteuses. Let's go with this male. We got 2 females and a male. Nothing else is going to be going in with them, so this should be okay. Bring this over here. Get this path going. That's good. And then let's get a aquatic viewing dome. It only makes sense, right? We get aquatic creatures over here. Only makes sense. And then let's get one for over here. There we go. That's good. All right, let's release the Dunkleosteus. Our first aquatic. Yeah, I never really played around with the aquatics on here. So it's about time we played around with them. Now we can always move this over to here. And I'm going to leave the next one up to you guys on what you want to see. Let's demolish this path. And maybe, actually, maybe let's get a viewing gallery for over here. Replace that with a viewing gallery. Alright, so for the vote, I'm going to have you guys vote on which big marine reptile we should put in here. Do you want me to put in Mosasaurus or Megalodon? You guys get to decide what you want me to put in. And let me see if the Dunkleosteuses are happy. They need marine fish feeders. Interesting. They don't eat out of the shark feeder anymore. Interesting. Alright, so we got our Dunkleosteuses. They should be happy in here. Alright. I'm going to make a poll and ask you guys which marine reptile we should put in. Mosasaurus or not Dunkleosteus, Megalodon. But yeah, until then, that is going to wrap it up for this video. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more. It would really help out a ton. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time.